There is something that I think that Japan hasn't thought of, and that is a problem with the Mobirates, the Memorial Mobirates, and anything kind of going forward with Ranger keys or gears, depending on which one that you get, if they do something differently with the gears. But this is mainly focusing on the actual keys itself. Now, if you don't know what Ranger keys are, basically in Gokaiger, the Gokaigers have like these keys to turn them into past Sentai warriors, etc, etc. And they are the best marketing gimmick that I have seen, and they are my favorite ones. I love them wholeheartedly. I think they are the best. But I've seen one problem with the Mobirates going forward that I don't think Japan's really kind of thought of. Now, I don't know what massive sounds are still in there. We have some new Ranger key sets coming out, mainly with the Don Brothers ones, and I don't know how they're going to say their kind of Ranger catchphrase. I don't know if someone's hacked the soundboard straight away so that they're able to kind of get all the sounds. I don't know if there's something going to be in there, if it's going to say special Ranger key or whatnot. Now, we know that there is Zenkaiger one because when you put in the Zenkaiger one, it says Zenkaiger, which again, I think is a really nice kind of touch for this. But quite recently, there was a King Ohger key that was kind of teased, which again is a good thing. We will get brand new Ranger keys going forward. But if you're like me, and one of the biggest parts of buying a Mobirates is to kind of hear the Ranger team name be shouted out, like, you know, Zenkaiger and stuff like that. You know, it will probably say King Ohger, whatever they want to go with. But right now, I'm kind of thinking that they're just literally going to have a special Ranger key. Now, this isn't common. The first Mobirates had up to pretty much Gokaiger, and obviously when Go Buster came out, no, did it have Go Buster? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've had that Mobirates out. But let's say it basically had Go Buster. Anything after Go Buster, you needed the legendary Mobirates, which was a completely different color. I would have gone preferably for the one that Basco had because that would have made absolute sense. But obviously that they decided to do a legendary Mobirates, and this had updated sounds, it had a few extra items in that one, and again, it was a really nice set to have. But as more Ranger keys came out over time, the Mobirates obviously wouldn't read them, and it was a lot harder. Kyuoja, which is the Dino Charge version of the Sentai, or the Sentai version of Dino Charge, whichever one. Either way, when you try to put their keys in, it would just say special Ranger key, and then that would be it. So what did they do? They released these little pod things that I'm guessing that you put the key in, turn it, and it would have the actual sound of the Sentai name. Again, that's the only way that they've done it. Quite recently, well, probably a while ago, they released the Memorial Mobirates, which had every single kind of new team up there, probably all the way up to Don Brothers, or at least up to Zenkaiger, at least that we know of. But what about the rest? Are we going to get an updated Mobirates in another 5 years that's going to have the next load of Ranger teams, or whichever one? Who knows? And this to me is a big major problem. I don't want to have to shell out 100, 200 pounds just to buy a updated Mobirates. So what can you do? Now, I have kind of thought of different ways that you could do this, how you could upgrade it, and then literally the customer has to buy one. And again, I know that Bandai is a big company that wants all your money. Effectively, it's getting all my money right now. But effectively, I don't want to have to buy the same thing over and over again. So these are some of the ways that I would change it. First of all, I would release one more Mobirates, but I would call this the ultimate Memorial Mobirates, or the legendary Mobirates, whichever one that you wanted to go with on that one. This therefore would have like an SD card reader. You're able to download all the series from majorly a website that, again, will have, like, from say Bandai, that gives you all the code so that you can update it over time. Again, that would probably be a really easy one. Or you would include a memory card with every single kind of future team that you bring out. King Ohger, that's cool, that's one memory card. 2 more Sentais down the line, there's a memory card. Now, you could effectively just release one mega pack, which has one big card, which has everything. Let's say it's a couple of gigabytes because the sound's quite small, or you say, hey, we're going to give you a X amount of memory card so you can put it in and download these sounds only, and you can do what you want. That would make perfect sense because then you'd be able to take the key, pop it in, and it would read. Let's say all of this wasn't possible. Memory cards are too expensive, which I doubt they would be, but they couldn't keep doing it all the time. You know, what about the keys? In this new Memorial Mobiritz, or the legendary Memorial, or this legendary Memorial Mobiritz, you would actually have a new cylinder inside that would read new keys. Now, on Ranger keys, you have like little bumps, you have little lines to kind of, so the Mobiritz can pick up which Ranger key it is. You could either take that sort of technology, or you could put a new cylinder in that could literally read the old stuff as well as the new stuff. And basically, you put the key in, you lock it, it works. It does what you need right there on the tin. That could be a very good option to do that. That's probably one that I would go with. Third option is that you would put in a small card reader or something like that. So when you put the key in straight away, that it would read from the base of the key. So when it kind of connects to the final part, which kind of reads it and goes, okay, this is actually fine. To me, that would be another good idea to kind of put in there, because you can still use the old and new, and thus therefore kind of carry it on all the way through. A third option would be that you sit down with your creative team and go, hey, guess what? We're going to write the next 10 years worth of Sentai names, so that when we design the keys and you put these keys into the Mobiritz, it will release it, and there you go. You've got everything kind of straight away. And again, like in another 10 years, you just release a new Mobiritz and boom, there you go. Not ideal, and it's something that I probably wouldn't go for. A lot of people could probably hack the Mobiritz, and for the next 10 years, you've got literally the Sentai names and what people are going to think about it. And then we have tons of videos talking about the Sentai. Now, that is probably the least option, but I do like the idea of changing the cylinder inside, putting a card reader type thing or a scanner that can read a small code on the key that you probably can't see, and thus therefore it then reads out the names. That would be something that I would be more in favor for, and then do it that way. You've already got the guy coming in every single year to record the new sound. Then you have the original guy coming in doing the voice for the keys, and thus therefore leaving, and he comes in every single year. Again, a very easy thing and a very easy fix. I know they're going to be carrying on for years releasing Sentai keys, but the one thing that I want is that they actually say the name of the series. I don't want it to have to be Ranger Special Ranger Key or whatever, because effectively that will get really, really boring over time when I want to hear the names. Great for collecting, and again, you can keep them on display, but if there's no kind of up to them, then it just feels like it's a little bit of a waste to me. Now, I know that's not for everyone, that is just for me effectively, but right now I would rather have the team name shouted out, or at least know that there's going to be something much later on. Again, we didn't know how many Ranger keys they were going to release, and the fact that they're going over every single one again, just so that you have them. It's a long, big thing. You could use this treatment in any of your items that are going to use something like the past Super Sentai teams. Look at the Memorial Gatlinger or the Memorial Dom Blaster when that comes out. Effectively, you could do the same thing with the gears. Literally, if you're going to release them much later on with an updated thing, or if you're going to get King Oja gears and stuff like that, which again, like, isn't kind of impossible, because I know what they like. They will do this, and it'll be the most easiest thing for them to do. But again, if your devices get released, and like say you release 5 years after a new gear type thing, it's not going to work, and people are either going to buy it and go, I'm buying this for my collection, or most of the time you're just going to go, I just can't be bothered, because it's not been on the show. There's no reason to buy it apart from collecting. But so I feel like if you're going to be releasing this sort of thing, then make it count, make it a really good thing, rather than just, oh, we just want money, so we're going to release pieces of plastic that don't work or literally just look nice and you can put them in your display. Again, there's so many possibilities that you could do to actually make this more of a reality, but who knows what they're going to do. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Ranger keys. Again, I think it's the best gimmick that you could make, and I guarantee they won't make anything like that again, which is their hype. They've reached the top for this, and again, I don't think anything will ever kind of beat it. But again, I'm just kind of worried for the future of the Mobiritz Ranger keys in general. Again, people obviously want them to kind of make more, but then obviously you want the whole thing of what makes them special, which again is a man screaming out the Sentai name, which again is really kind of really cool. I just don't want to have to buy another Mobiritz every 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. Okay, 20 years, I would buy another one, yeah. But I don't want it to be a reoccurring thing that every 5 years you have to buy another one. Yeah, cool, I want 5 Mobirates in general, but I don't want to have to keep spending a lot of money for it and then kind of being like, shit, what am I going to do with the rest? You know, yeah, you could probably sell the rest or do whatever, but again, right now, all I want is this. Now, I want them to continue to make Ranger keys till the end of time. I really like the product, I really like the gimmick, I really like everything for it. But I don't want to have to buy another Mobirates every couple of years just to have updated sound, because to me, part of the gimmick is a man screaming in a Mobirates about a Ranger team coming out or whatever. I really do like that. But again, I don't want to have to buy another Mobirates X amount of time later on. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。